Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me once again for another video on African art. This time on the Nimba from the Baga people of Guinea. Now, I gotta be honest, when my friend Maurizio in Senegal brought the Nimba to my attention, I wasn't really impressed. It just didn't grab me. Now, I'm going to show you a quick picture of Maurizio with a Nimba that he has, so you'll see what it looks like. Now, before I begin, I'm going to tell you this story. And I, in no means, mean to speak negative of a person. I'm just telling you what happened during this day. So, I have a friend, actually my cousin's very good friend, needed her Victrola repaired. So she knows that I refinish antiques and things like that, and asked me to come over to her home for me to pick up her Victrola and work on it. So I brought my son with me because the Victrolas are very old, very heavy. So we get the GPS directions over to their house in Detroit, and well, near Detroit, a suburb near Detroit. GPS takes me to this big gate. They live in a gated community. So I call him and I call her and I'm like, we're here and we can't get in. And she's trying to talk to me because there's another entrance where visitors go. And somebody like grabs the phone from her and they're like, you got to go here. You got to do this. You got to go east. You got to go east, east, east. And he's just yelling and screaming. And I'm like, who is this dude? And I mean, I'm just going to be straight up here. If somebody was to drop you off in the middle of nowhere and said, go east, I don't know where east is. I know left and right. That's about it. But that's just me. I'm not a human compass. I guess you can look off the sun or whatever. But at that time, the only word that comes to mind is discombobulated by this gentleman who was speaking and yelling and screaming. And I just hear him going, east, turn east. And my son's looking at me like, what's up with this guy, So long story short, we finally get to the other exit, to the other entrance for the subdivision. And the man just says, he's on the phone, just wait, I'll be there, don't move. So we're sitting there. This guy gets out of this car and he just gets out of the car angrily. And he was wearing a shirt that looked like David Banner had a shirt on, turned into the Incredible Hulk, and then turned back into David Banner and handed that shirt to that man. And it said Detroit versus everybody. It was a sight to see. And he's like, all right, we're going to go here, we're going to make a left, we're going to make a right, we're going to go down a hill, we're going to go through a tunnel, and I'm going to honk the horn 3 times, and you're going to pull it. And he was giving me all these directions, and I was lost from the very first step that he told me. And again, my son's with me, and he's looking at me like, okay, what's going on? And I'm actually embarrassed. Some kind of way we get to their house, and I just want to pick up the Victrola and get out of there. I was not enthralled and overwhelmed with the gentleman that was there, which turns out to be the friend's husband. And he goes in another room. I don't see him anymore. And the lady comes toward me and like, hey, Darryl, to hug me. And I'm so beat up mentally that this snapped me into reality when she hugged me. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. So we go in the house, beautiful home. And as soon as I walk in, I see an African statue. And I said, is that a Chihuahua in the corner? And she says, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, my husband collects African art. And I'm thinking like, okay, that's a big forget to not mention to me your husband collects African art when I've been collecting African art almost half my life. So soon as I said Chihuahua, the mean man steps out of this room and he looks at me, and it was almost like a glow came upon him. He said, you know what a Chihuahua is? And I said, yes. I said, I collect African art. He takes me in the room where he was at, which was a library. And he, in the corner, he has something that was absolutely beautiful. But I want to go here. African art brings people together because that mean man had a fantastic collection of African art. He was my kind of guy, cultured, educated, listens to jazz, and collects African art. That's my kind of guy. And we talked for at least an hour. And long story short, he ends up being the coolest person I've met in many, many years. Don't judge a book by its cover. So I'm going to show you a picture of his Nimba as well as a few Nimbas in various museums. So his after seeing his Nimba, I mean, it just awakened something in me that I wanted my own Nimba. Maybe not as big as his, because I'm limited on a budget here, but I can get me a smaller Nimba. And I thought about the one that my friend Maurizio had. So I messaged him and I said, hey, remember that Nimba you showed me a year ago? Is that still available? And he said, yes. It was actually part of his collection. He loves it. Uh, and he offered to sell it to me. So I bought it. So here's some other pictures of that Nimba, as well as the unboxing of that Nimba. Here's a quick video of my friend Maurizio talking about the Nimba that he sold me.
Hello everyone, that's Maurizio from Senegal. So here we are after the rain. That's a restaurant I ate in. And I'm here to introduce the piece that Mr. Darryl bought from me, and it was part of my collection. It was a Nimba piece that represents the goddess of fertility. It is made by Baga people. It was my collection 3 years. And these people use this kind of sculpture to dance during marriages, or on funerals, or special events. And it is often brought on the shoulder during the ceremony. And it is very important that Picasso and Matisse, these great artists and painters, took inspiration from this kind of design, of the Nimba design. So hope you enjoy the video, and see you next time. Bye bye.
So I hope you were able to appreciate that unboxing. And here, as you can see, is the Nimba in our home. It's good to go on top of a table. I think it's a lovely carving, lovely carving. Everything in my home is numbered. I have all the pieces numbered and categorized according to where the origin is, what exactly the piece is, etc. Of course, the value. So it's a lovely piece of the Nimba from the Baga people of Guinea. Now, what I would like to do next is a bonus video. And this video will be on the Dogon female statue that I most recently, I just got not too long ago. This right here. And it's a lovely, heavy, beautiful statue of a Dogon female. So I'm going to show you the unboxing of that piece. I hope you enjoy it. So I hope that you enjoyed those videos. I hope that you enjoyed all the information and everything. So you all take care, and I'll see you next time.